Welcome, Steve.
Well, thank you, Bruce. It's so great to be here with you in the studio. And in midweek, well, Thursday, not quite midweek, but during the day. It's a different day for us to have a podcast, but I'm looking forward to it.
You sound razor sharp. And those of you who can't remember, or you might be tuning into your first, it's Steve McLeod. We're here at Steve McLeod Studios. And what's the name of this compound?
It is called South City Square.
It handled the cyclone very well, I must say.
And I had a great view from up here.
Oh, I bet you did. And of course, I'm Bruce Palmer, and I want to give a start. Let's start by thanking our sponsors, shall we?
Absolutely.
Brian Curl Basketball, thank you very much. The best basketball program, I think, in all of Australia, though we will be next week, or Saturday, speaking with Michelle Timms in her academy. Also shout out to Chris Weir of FIT Education. They look after the diploma and certificates. They're a great RTO. Thank you so much, Chris. And Ryan Stahlberg from Big Dog Sports. You needed a basketball court in your backyard. You know, we have a huge shortage of playing facilities.
Unbelievably sure.
I think he solves a great problem, and a good man, an ex-Bullet, ex-Cap, devoted sponsor of the Capitals. He's you like him for an outdoor court, or if you need any kind of chippy work done, get on to Ryan.
Stolly's your man.
Stolly is my man.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to have just one, really because of the two final games, and we've got a little segment that we're going to call Whispers and Rumours. But we're going to start with shout-outs.
Absolutely. So for me, I'm just going to go to last night's Game 2 in the NBL series. Yeah, it was a really enjoyable game. I enjoyed Game 1 as well, but we'll get into that a little bit in a second. But how can you not shout out Harvey's last shot? Like, Ian Clark was in his jockstrap.
He was right in him. Deep three.
Oh, just...
Time running out on the clock. I mean, it's perfect. It's drama.
Yeah, it was... and big crowd, entertaining game. I was happy for Harvey. And then I'd also... From the Melbourne side, it's just great to see this young fella really stepping up, coming off the bench as Flynn Cameron.
I love it.
Yeah, he came off, hit a 3 in Game 1. Even though they lost yesterday, he was tough yesterday. Very.
I mean, their guard play, now we'll have to mention about Shea Illy. Is it Shea or Shane?
S-H-A-E.
Shea.
Yeah.
Suffering from concussion symptoms.
He got an elbow from Will Hickey at some. I didn't see it. They didn't really replay it, but they precautionally, just because he's had concussion before. Well, so I can't find anywhere to confirm him whether he's going to be right for the next game.
I think that hurts. You know, when you look, Delhi's great.
Yeah.
Hard defender. Obviously, what Bubbles, Chris Goulding brings offensively, man, that guy. Talking about quick shoot, I mean, and it's deadly. You can't give him a shard of light.
That's an NBA shot.
Big time. And, you know,
it's a shame.
He's stronger.
He was big enough to play in the NBA 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
It's a shame he didn't get there.
Well, you know, he played in the summer league and did really well. You sit in a corner, and if anybody leaves you to help, then, you know.
I'm here.
Ding. Ian Clark's playing like an NBA player.
Well, he has happened to have won an NBA
championship
with the Warriors.
But I look at their guard play, and then even coming off the guys, this is the most productive I've ever seen. The kid whose dad played in Tassie, shooter, played for the Bullets.
Oh, Krebs. Krebs is playing the best he's ever played.
Maynard G. Krebs, isn't it?
Hey,
is it Maynard? Maynard G. Krebs from the Toby Gillis Show. I'm showing my age. But he shot it. He stroked it. And he works his D, and he's a good size, wing. But
they've got him playing better than he was here in Brisbane.
Absolutely, because here, he's not as skilled off the bounce. One bounce shot. He's more of a Klay Thompson type in my eye.
Well, man, he shot I think it's probably, and again, this is lack of research, but I know at the time he finished at St Mary's, he had the highest 3-point percentage.
Did you just admit to a lack of research?
Well, I clearly pulled out some detail, which was pretty accurate.
It was accurate.
But I can't say whether it's accurate to today. But
I got to shout out to Mark Few at Gonzaga winning his 20th West Coast Conference. Or is it West Athletic Conference? Yeah, beat St. Mary's. They'll both go to the tournament. The March Madness thing is filing to a point.
Yeah.
But 20, right? Conference championships. They were the underdog in this game. The finals were played in Las Vegas. Great game of basketball.
Yeah, I didn't get to see that.
Yeah,
but I knew he won it. But can I have one more shout out?
Did I interrupt you?
Yeah. It's common. It's common.
It's okay.
But well, we've got a new Boomers coach.
Sing it.
His name is Capeborn. Last
Adam
name.
Capeborn.
There you go. We work together.
Also has a link to St. Mary's.
I did.
Yeah, he was an assistant coach at St. Mary's.
And he's worked with the Institute and all the things. He's got the right pedigree. He's been in the Boomers program. From all accounts, I've never met or seen anything else, but obviously Vickerman is his shadow. So if he can't make a game in any of the
when they take on Bangkok or
in all those
Burma,
sort of games,
yeah.
Vickerman will do that for him.
Right. Yeah, I think that's a great succession plan. He was with Brian for the last 8 years.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, and I would hope that Matty Nielsen, wants to do it, and they keep him around, because that kind of information dealing when you're going to the World Championships, Olympic Games, you don't want to come in ice cold.
No.
Right, and knowing your personnel. Now, the good thing about Adam, and there was talk about having Snyder from Atlanta, Quinn Snyder. There was talk about him, but the valuable thing, the way I see it, Adam's there, right? He's on.
He knows the players. He
knows the players.
Snyder
he can communicate with them.
He won't know the Aussies that. He will only know the Aussies playing in the NBA.
Well, and the bulk of them are going to be, aren't they? I mean,
mostly.
Depending on Gould, there's one thing, you can't get enough shooting, mate, and Goulding can stroke it, and I'm like, they missed that this year, but either way, it's good that appointment. I think that's a great win for Australia. You had more. You had something about an NBA teams coming out next year to play.
Well, they're talking about the New Orleans, Zion Williamson coming out playing a 2-game series. I think the teams are going to be Melbourne and Southeast Melbourne, down in Melbourne.
Yeah.
They'll get crowds to that big time, no problem. So, that's unique. It's not the first time I've been told. I did my research that Kareem brought a team out many years ago.
Correct, yeah. And Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
That was here in Brisbane.
That's right.
And they played the Boomers. That wasn't playing NBL teams. That was playing our national squads.
Yeah.
So, that's great. Who else is linked with the Pelicans is Greg Vanderjack. He's a scout for the Pelicans. Okay. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. That'll be great. Is it almost time to pivot, or do you have any more shout-outs?
Well, just quick pivot.
Okay.
Bogut joining the coaching staff at Sydney Kings. Rumour.
Wow. No, I think that's fact.
Okay.
Bogut's podcast is great, by the way. Insightful.
They're going to make some changes there in Sydney, Rumours.
Yeah, there'll be some changes. I don't know what those will be, but I would be... they got to tighten. You look at this league, and can I drop a name?
Yeah.
Brian Gorgon said this. The guard play in this is, you need really good guards, no less than 3.
And the teams that are still in this comp actually have that.
Yeah, blood oath they do. And I just want to, Will Hickey.
Yeah.
My God.
Kid. Yeah.
Australian kid, athletic as hell, tougher than nails. When you talk about Shea Illy, right? Yeah. This Hickey kid is athletic, tougher than nails.
How do you teach someone like a Will Hickey? he's on the floor and just somehow he just scraps and he's got the ball in it like a Deladova.
Every team needs 4 of them.
The ball's loose, he'll get it. It's an offensive ball, he'll get it.
I was surprised at his length.
Yeah, he's about 6'5".
Yeah, and incredibly athletic. And mate,
do you know what I really like when he comes on and he pushes the ball? Like he gets it outlet and he is on the he's attacking the other end fast.
Yeah, I really admire him. I admire Shea Illy. Again, Sam Frawling, who was second team All NBL.
Yeah.
And we talked about the first game that both Dell, Harvey, and Frawls were down.
Yeah.
They weren't as productive as they've been all year. I think having Illy out.
Did you say Dell? You mean Trey Kell?
Did I say Dell?
Yeah.
I meant Trey Kell.
Yeah.
The third.
Yeah, the third. But those 3 played big time.
They played really well. And
last night, yeah. Ulbrich was really
He's
good.
really good.
Yeah.
And they mentioned during the broadcast that I didn't realize he's a next star.
I didn't either.
I don't see him getting drafted. He's a little bit like
There was some
Jaime.
talk of it, that he was in the, but like fair way
He's
back.
valuable, mate. He's tougher than nails. Greta is completely recovered from that. That guy brings some defensive heat.
And can score.
He can score.
Yeah.
He's you could, because he had his knee reconstructed. I think Brian's last year, they gave him a little bit of he wasn't ready. Physically wasn't ready.
But even in this season, he's had plenty of DNP. It's only in this last quarter of the season that he's actually getting, substituted on early.
Valuable minutes.
Yeah.
Now we're still in the whispers and rumors. Do you have some more?
Yeah. The word of Bannon is going to the free agency. They in Tassie keep coming up as a name for him to head down there. So good luck for him.
It'd be a good place for him.
Yeah. Ross would probably make him.
Well, they could use that one more. When you lost McVeigh,
he sort of will fill that gap.
Kind of.
But not the same. He won't be able to shoot like McVeigh.
No, but you put him in the front line with a healthy Will Magnay.
Yeah. Magnay's key to that team.
I've always been a big fan of Drimmich.
Great player.
Plays hard, mate. Good defender, can swing, can defend multiple spots. Their reload, if that happens, that's a good reload. How about the one there was a lot of conjecture about what's happening with Adelaide? Now, can I say before I hand the reins over, Mike Wells can coach.
Okay.
So everybody and it was a sad scenario for Scotty Ninnis, who I thought did a great job, earned it, but Matt Weston, who everybody criticized for making the change and the time that they made the change, it turns out that Mike Wells is no sap.
Yeah.
Now, if they were to get, what's their guard's name? Davis?
Yeah, Kendrick Davis.
He can go.
Oh, God, yes, he can.
Montrell Harrell, if they get him back, he can go. He's tough. Vasil Živic can play.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's like Gouldy.
But if you heard a little bit of, I heard him in an interview, and even Jason Kandee, just talking, there was a bit of a circus. That's the problem with Montrell, is it's all about, for him, he's having fun and that's great, but I would struggle playing with a guy like that because, there's all the dramatics that you sometimes just don't need. You just want to play, right?
But he is productive. Let's put
he's
it that
20
way.
and 10.
Yeah, he's 20 and 10. Any other whispers and rumors? What's happening with the coaching role here at the Brisbane Bullets?
Well, they keep saying Buford. Am I saying that? Craig used to coach in Sydney. He seems to be the front runner.
Yeah, I don't. So he was kind of a wild child.
Was he?
Oh, technical fouls being reported. I don't know about his X and O's acumen, but personally, because I had that.
He won 2 Sydney.
He won back to back, and you can't take that away. But do you want? And we all have baggage, but The other one, I don't know what he's doing, is Adam Ford.
He's coaching. He got a gig with the Australian 3-on-3 team.
Oh,
That's a backward move to me.
Well, and he's staying up there to insult? Has he got an insultant's job at Cairns?
So for our friends that listen to our show, I'm Bruce's insultant, where most people would have a consultant. He has for a very long time felt that I'm his insultant. So that's how the name came about. Can I share some more rumours?
Please.
They're talking about Antonius Cleveland coming back into the league, could play, and there's talk of Adelaide. There's a lot of Adelaide talk. Kendrick Davis linked to Adelaide/Sydney, so that Gorge would happily pick him up instead of Adams for sure.
Huh?
You remember McCall, who played up in Cairns?
Yes.
Again, Adelaide potentially.
Oh, okay.
Brock Modem, there's some word of him come back, maybe Brisbane.
That would be great.
He'd be a great pickup for. I mean, I'd be more than happy to take Brock Modem over Bannon. I'm sorry, there's just something about Bannon that I don't.
Modem's a better, multifaceted scorer.
Yeah.
And what I love Brock Modem. I always wished that he would have been here with the Bullets. Same with Chris Goulding, same with Mitch McCarron, same, all the kids that we've...
Yes.
Geez, Clint Steinel, who's announced his retirement, and what a great career Clint had. But, he went to Churchie. He's a Mackay kid that went to Churchie.
I did not know that.
And, what you want to see in every player got better every year. That's why they made him the captain, accepted his role and produced within it. But playing in Japan, it's a much longer season. That Japan league now is really good, and we've got quite a few. Mick Downer is coaching in it. Andre Lamanis is there. Sean Dennis has been there a long time, and I can't see him. Great coach, but they get paid so much better, right? And now you're playing in front of. It's really a great international success story.
I mean,
what they did with that B League.
Modem he's been putting up good numbers again.
Yeah.
Now some rumours coming to Brizzy. Flynn Cameron comes off his contract to Melbourne, so if he doesn't go to Melbourne, there's some talk.
He'd be a great get.
Yeah. This one I just can't even fathom that they're talking about Adam Ford, but there's some talk about him replacing Schuller, but I don't think that is a Ford move. I mean, especially when it's been announced he's the 3-on-3 Australian coach and whatever. McDowell White has talked about if
he wants to retire in Brisbane.
Yeah, so.
But here's the thing that I don't want. I don't want you guys coming here to retire.
Correct. Coming when you're going to give us something, There's even talk of Parker Jackson Cartwright at Brisbane.
Oh, the little guard.
Yeah, he's not going to be at the New Zealand, no. So
New Zealand's got some rumors and whispers to adhere to.
I mean,
there's another one that I would love to see back here is Sean Bairstow. I love the kid.
Yeah, he's length. He's 6'6" or 6'7".
6'8".
Yeah, oh, really?
And he can handle the ball, and I expected to see his improvement really accelerate this year, but I don't think he got. First year in pros. I don't care who you are. There's an adjustment. Knowing the personnel you're playing with, the team. We did that deep dive on them, and from that point on, they just free falled. So, but if he's a free agent, he'd be another one that I'd be looking to get because you can't have multifaceted, very good passer. Where the other Bairstows, they all have different games.
Jared's injured and he's off contract as well. So, but he was actually doing a good job.
Is he off? I think he's got another year.
No, he's off contract. there's a lot of movement in the league, mate, and that's
Are
going
you
on.
researching as you talk?
Well, you can't possibly. I have to go.
There's so many
things happening, and I'm serious.
Dellavedova
is
becomes
a free agent.
Sean
Yeah,
is.
yeah, but Bateman is.
Are you saying
contracted-
Sean or Jared?
Oh no, this is Jared.
Okay.
And Sean for the New Zealand club is got an option in his favour.
Okay.
Got 2 years, so I would say he will stay there. Mojave King is a free agent, another kid that's
I love
spent a
him.
lot of time here, so he'd be handy. I think Dangadal is gone from Brisbane. I don't think he's got a chance of staying. He offered us nothing. It looked like a world star in the pre-season, and that's where it ended. Is that a bit harsh? Yeah.
It is a bit harsh, but
Yeah, but we've got Bateman back, and they posting stuff on Bullet Social that he had 20 points. He's playing somewhere at the moment overseas.
I know
just
where.
don't think he's. Just don't think he's the guard that we need, like a Davis, like a Cartwright. He's just not that. He's actually played. He scored some points when he played in the 2 spot.
I think he's better suited to that. But
he's still, for me, I don't know. There's just something about him. I just like us better.
What's Rocco doing?
Well,
Is he gonna get
he's a free
drafted?
agent, and there's talk that he's got. I've heard that he has a girlfriend who's going to college in the States, and he may go to college.
I think that would be a better option,
Absolutely,
to be honest.
awesome option for him. Just the care of his body, the weights programs in the college and stuff like, and discipline that he needs. Like, it's all a bit quick for him. This season was very
He's not done growing. He's 18 years old.
100%. So college could be a really good thing.
I think that would be a really good step for him, or play professionally. He can get a gig in Japan.
Yeah.
But did he really take that step up? Does he have a move? Again, I'm going to drop a name. I was talking to Brian Gorgian about, you teach a move and a counter.
Yeah.
Just one, man. Just one good move. Is it a little jump hook to your left, up fake, up and under, Kevin McHale style? He got nothing. He blocks shots and he can dunk. He doesn't know how to
He
duck
doesn't,
in seal, because every time it gets
But you
reversed
can't-
on the Wii, he's up, running up and setting a ball screen.
Yeah.
And-
Isn't it amazing that no one today does the old Kareem hook? You can't block that.
Can't block it, mate. And
And you know what? It's just not cool enough for people. They don't want to do it.
I don't know why not. I remember Kareem saying that very thing, why it's an easy shot to learn.
Yeah.
And, of course, then again, the 7-footer, the reach helps. But, I really love the kid. And he had a little taste at Brisbane Grammar School,
Yes.
which was a real coup for them. Unfortunately, COVID came out that year, and that GPS season was wiped out. So I'm in the under-18s, along with Romans. Well, that's another guy the Bullets made. There's just not I don't know what.
Where is he going to end up?
He's an NBL player.
Yeah, but where? There's rumours constantly going about him. They're again talking Brisbane, and I hear Adelaide, and he's signed up for the Pirates, in the NBL one.
Yeah. He's a unique athlete, and it'd be, again, a pity. I know he was on the periphery along with Cooper Rawlings. And, these guys got to... Cooper Rawlings would be great, but Roman is a man.
Yeah.
He would be in the top 5% athletes playing in the NBL.
And he's 6'8".
Yeah,
and can shoot
powerful, capable of defending multiple spots, fast and quick and powerful.
So let me tell you a couple of free agents that will be of interest to everyone. Shea Ely, Jack White, Ian Clark. I'm just picking on the Melbourne team. I would take any of those 3.
Can we back it up a little bit
Yeah.
and talk about Jack White?
He's struggling a bit.
Yeah, struggling quite a bit.
Yeah.
I think you look at these, he struggled in their win at Wollongong.
Yeah.
The guy's free throw shooting is becoming like Ray Charles.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, and you get a lot of confidence on the free throw
Oh,
line.
you gain a lot. You can lose it quick.
Yeah.
The thing is, his 3-point shooting is
Did you see
fair.
Did you see how far back from the? So his free throw,
It's in his head.
yeah, and then the one thing you don't do is you don't change your free throw shot mid game and hit next. Then he started shooting like 50 centimeters behind the free throw line. Now,
Tells me that it's in his head.
yeah, totally. There's some talk of Akul, the guy that played Joel Luai Akul, who played for
Yeah.
Melbourne a couple of years, talking of him coming back into the league. Marcus Lee, that guy's a winner.
Yeah, he's a winner. He's serviceable. He's reliable.
Totally.
Now that hurt them in this last game. You got Lowe gets 3 fouls in the first quarter,
Yeah.
which was a pretty good play. Go at him, and then Lee got in foul trouble.
Yeah.
They're not that deep in that spot. That's where Jack White now. You come in and you got to have to play defend Frawling, defend Ulbrich. Either way, I mean, Jack needs to be more productive, and I bet he will. He'll be more productive.
He just needs to run, get in front of the ball, do what he does well, get on the offensive
It's on
glass.
the offensive glass.
Yeah.
He gets to the line. But now you got to make, give us 30%, mate.
Yeah.
But
he airballed one.
He airballed one.
Yeah. Oh, it was pretty close. Might have just.
I'm just trying to think. They have that kid Burton, is it, with the mo? He looks like a pool cleaner out of the 70s. Bowen.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
He's
looks
got
like a
that
porn
shot on the
star.
shoulder.
Yeah. I don't know how big he is, but he's not big enough.
Yeah.
Frawls was, I'm really pleased to see Sam Frawling got his
Playing
game
well.
gotten better and better and better.
Hit a couple of short corner shots in the game last night.
He's got great touch.
Yeah.
And he's a better ball handler than people realize.
Yeah.
I mean, when we had him
But
in the
he's
under
smart.
20s, he was our point guard. We didn't have a point guard. We were going to have Flynn Cameron play. But Flynn got a scholarship to Marquette.
Yeah.
And fair enough.
Yeah.
And people aren't aware that Flynn is Pero Cameron's son.
Yeah. And he's 6'5".
Is he?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
he's an athlete, mate. He is a big-time athlete.
He's bigger than you think. The other big free agent fronting around is Deladova.
Yes.
And Delhi's asking for premium money, which he can because he makes the difference to a squad.
Absolutely.
Now, is he at the end of his career? Yeah. But I think he just looks after his body so well.
He's a pro.
Correct. He's an absolute pro.
He's made over $60 million.
Yeah.
Over the course of his career.
And he keeps talking, hey, I want to go to the 28 Olympics. So he's the sort of guy that's pretty determined. I tell you what was funny, though, in the game last night, I heard Andrew, Delhi hit a 3, and Andrew, just being Andrew, goes, yeah, he shoots that right-handed shot off his left ear.
Off his left ear. Hey, quick shout-out. I got a thing, Mark Thompson, our friend, not now, honey, Mark Thompson sent a documentary on the Gays family.
Yes.
My God, what a
Amazing
great show.
family.
Amazing family. And when I watched that thing, I started welling up. Lindsay has done so much. He brought me out.
Yeah, right.
And he helped me, mentored me when I got into coaching.
Okay.
He was just the most generous man and did everything he can to help build basketball. And then you can see through Margaret Gaze and Lindsay Gaze why Janet, the older sister, and Andrew are what they are. I mean, beyond a doubt, Andrew is the greatest of all time. Not even in debate. I know they bring up Bryce Cotton, and he's a really good basketball player. But 1 year, Drewy averaged 35, and it was 12-minute quarters, which I still think they should go back to today.
Yes.
3 imports. You got a marquee player. You got
People want to
next
see
stars.
more.
I want to see more.
Yeah.
And what you can do is cut off just don't start in the middle of the first quarter because games aren't decided then.
Yeah. And
either
it
way,
just seems to go quick 10 and it just goes quick.
I really highly recommend people get on YouTube, look at that video, look at the accomplishments of the Gaze family. It's just amazing, and I don't think we'll ever see anybody make the contribution that Lindsay made. And why is Victoria always so tough in juniors? Well, they got facilities everywhere.
Yeah.
And he mentioned it.
But even I heard Andrew on an interview recently saying that even in Victoria, with the amount of people that want to play the game, and Victoria's always been blessed of all the states with the best facilities. But they still don't have enough for the people that want to play. They don't have enough for the people that want to play. I mean, can I drop a name? Al Westover, who's in this documentary, who, by the way, at Warwick Cairns podcast, it's Al. Alan is a very overlooked, high-achieving coach. He won 4 championships, 2 as an assistant with Lindsay, 2 as a head coach. Numerous under-20 championships. He's now coaching, and he's a good mate of mine. We were roommates in college. Yeah.
Now coaching the Knox NBL 1 women.
Okay.
And he runs the Box Hill Senior Secondary College that Kevin Gorgon was running. And they produced Ben Simmons. They produced a lot of NBL and NBA players. So he's running that as well. It's great to see that he's still involved. But, you know, Lindsay is the most easygoing guy. And as far as, you know, no emotion.
Yeah.
When he would coach, it was instruction, correction. There was never an emotion, and never about we got to beat this team because they're a pack of, you know, Richards. It was all about us and how we play.
Yes.
Well, that's I don't think he ever looked at a videotape. I don't think he scouted. You know, he was John Wooden, like me. I don't care what they do.
Yeah.
I worry about us, and we have these defensive rules. They stay. So my highly recommend viewing. All right, now more rumors and whispers.
Can I just say there's a bucket load? Like if you go on to the NBL rumors, it's mind blowing. So I think a lot of teams got to look very different next year. There's definitely going to be a new coach in Cairns and a new coach in Brisbane. We don't know who that is. Perth got a lot of players coming off contract as well. You know,
will Wagstaff retire? Did he mention that?
I haven't heard.
God, he is a rivet.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, he is an absolute rivet.
He's awesome, man. His plus minus. His plus is so far ahead every time he's on the court, and he's got a special thing with Bryce.
He does. I think with all the teammates, he's a great leader.
Yeah, but Doolittle's free agent, Windler's free agent. I'd take them any day of the week.
God, Doolittle. Oh, yeah.
Any day of the week, I'd take those guys in my team.
How about the Phoenix? What rumors do you have about them now?
The Phoenix is a funny one again, is that they've got a few guys coming off contract. Free agents like Matt Hurt's a free agent. Like
they won't let him go.
Kenyon Air a free agent. Derek Jr.'s a free agent. Wizcamp's a free agent. You know, so and Sobe's got an option pending. It's a mutual option. So I think Nathan, you know, I'm often been pretty critical of him. Like the guy can play, don't get me wrong, but just of his persona. He's always angry, but he's done a good job the back half of the year for them. He still occasionally thinks he has to win it for himself, you know.
Donovan Mitchell style?
Yeah.
Not quite as skilled.
But when Nathan's getting to the rim, he's as good as any in the league.
Going left. I would keep him. I was sad to see the Bullets let him go.
They'd be nuts not to keep him. So, yeah, they've got some work to do down there in terms of, you know, there's talk of the guy Williams. They call him the Sauce. Remember that guy?
Big Sauce?
The Big Sauce, yeah. He's wanting to come back into the league. You know, remember they also lost Craig Moller, who got injured really badly.
That's right, yeah.
So he's floating around. I'm actually really excited because it seems like everyone's gone, what's the puzzle of my team? And we keep talking about these point guards, are so critical. You've got to get the right guy, and that's why I just don't think for Bullets, for me, Bateman, I'd rather... But he's contracted, so I think he's coming back, you know. But we don't have... And then we've got Prather, so we've only got one at the Bullets, our team. We've only,
Mitch Norton.
Yeah, but we don't have one more import. Cook...
Well, they're like what Gordon's saying. Mitch Norton, I love him.
Yeah.
He'd be a great piece if you're 4 deep in that position.
Yeah.
Bateman, I don't see Cook. Is Cook coming back?
No, he's off contract here. They won't sign him.
Yeah, they won't bring him back. But okay, Bateman. You know, it took him a long. He got that 50-point game, but Jesus, in between that,
but it'd be 20 1 week and 2 the next.
Yeah,
you can't have that. Like, if you get 2 points, you need to have 15 assists, and that's not him.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know if that's the answer. And we don't know because they don't have a coach. I'd hate to be signing up players and then, okay, now, here, you coach them.
Well, Milner and Sammy McDaniel are re-signed.
Yeah.
Milner did he was admirable, and I'd certainly keep him because he's a good size. He's not going to be a front line, but
he's handy.
Absolutely.
He ain't no Matt Hurt.
No,
but he is. He can stroke it. He's a big body.
Yeah, you want him coming off the bench. But they had to have. We had him starting towards the end with that injury ravaged. You know, a lot of what do you call that? Concussion, and it's delayed.
A delayed concussion syndrome.
Yeah, I think I've got it from when I got punched in the head in grade 3.
It could be. You still kind of. Yeah, it might well be.
Okay, so let's pivot this.
All right.
Well, this has just been a quick update. So we've got the next game in Illawara. Who you think's going to win?
I tell you, these games are so tight, and now how long does the concussion? Right,
yeah, we don't
symptoms
know
last with it because they need him.
A big part of that success.
Huge. I would still go with. I'm going to say Melbourne. Yeah. Okay. I mean, they're poised. The other thing last year in the finals, I didn't feel it could have been injuries and illness, but they did not appear as collectively fit, right, as they do now.
Okay.
I thought the jack jumpers, were able to stay with them, run over them now. And I thought at the time there had to have been, because you get niggles.
Yeah.
And you can't train and you lose a little bit. I don't think any emotion. They're not going to be nervous. They were in a grand. They've been around it.
The calming factor. He knows how to.
Goulding, they got ice in their veins, and
I just think we've had 2 teams lose on their home court.
Yeah.
I think Illawara got to win at home.
Okay. Well, I'll be tuned in. What day is it on, Steve?
The next game, Bruce, that's a really good question that you're asking me there. And I think it's Friday.
You're guessing. Okay. Well, we didn't do our research. Well, that's wrapping up. Look, we're going to have a very special guest if we can get our Zoom stuff coordinated. We have Basketball Hall of Fame. That's Naismith Hall of Fame, Michelle Timms.
Yeah, I'm really excited.
So am I. I mean, and I look at Andrew Gaze is the GOAT.
Yeah.
But I look at...
From a female perspective, Michelle Timms.
Well, Lauren Jackson. I mean, if I look at the all-time greatest players to have ever played basketball in Australia,
up there,
Timms is up there. So is Lauren Jackson.
Oh, gotcha.
So I can't wait. And she's doing some great things down in Melbourne with her academy. Her playing career, first player ever to play in the WNBA, first Australian.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
So that's exciting. That's next Saturday for us. We've got that on. So we got a couple other people knocking on the door. I'm enjoying.
Well, we'll keep that a secret. Can you lend a finger so I can tie this in a bow?
Okay.
All right. We're all done.
Thanks.
All right. Later.
See ya.
Bye.